So my name is Margaret Brawley, and I'm the Chief of Party for the Partnership for an HIV-Free Generation. G-PANGE is a philosophy, and it's a philosophy that really tries to imbibe a lifestyle, if you will. So it's not necessarily just about knowing your HIV status, although that's very important. It's also just about making sure you grab the opportunities you have, that you're learning about what life skills are out there, how can you make better decisions. It's jumping on to opportunities that can improve your economic empowerment. It's about self-esteem and having confidence. I think ultimately it's about, when you are looking at the whole package and you're considering all these different elements, that's when you're moving yourself forward. That's when you're really being productive. And that ultimately, it's up to you as an individual. We can complain about a lot of different things. Our parents don't do this, our friends do this, but ultimately it comes down to the choices and decisions that you make as an individual, and it's in your hands. And I think sometimes youth miss out, or they don't necessarily have the confidence to know that it's me, I can make it happen for myself. So I think it's really about empowerment. Right, so the key to the Partnership for an HIV-Free Generation is the partnership word itself. HFG is really a secretariat or a coordinating body for implementing partners. So our goal is not to implement, but in fact to bring public sector partners around the table together. We know there are partners throughout Kenya that are doing wonderful things with youth, and they have a lot of great interventions. But we think that we can maximize our impact by bringing all these partners together and talking about how can we have a more consistent approach, how can we build off each other and learn and share resources, and in that way just be able to have a much broader reach and impact. So partnership is very critical to what HIV-Free Generation does. Besides the public sector is also the private sector. So part of our role is to reach out to the private sector, identify companies that might be interested in supporting interventions for youth, and pair them up with implementing partners and look at what we can specifically put in place. And fortunately, HFG also has some money to match and help support those kinds of projects. So, I mean, the idea really is that we're all in this together, and there are certain skill sets that the public sector can bring, and there are also competencies that the private sector bring. And so if we can leverage those and put them together in a package, we'll just have a much bigger impact overall in the country. Well, it's really critical because we certainly don't want to be an organization that's speaking down to youth. I think those days are over. Youth now need to express themselves. They need to have a voice and be heard and be a part of this whole process. So for HFG, we have youth representation and several key advisory bodies that we hold. We have youth advisory committees that are in our 4 regions. So we try to really ensure that they are having that voice and having that input, and they're looped in and play a real critical role in what we're doing.